According to CNN, in just the first 6 months of this year, about 10,000 people in Mexico have been killed because of the violence and the drug cartels. In fact, a San Antonio priest has actually survived 2 assassination attempts by the cartels, but tonight he is speaking out about his ordeal.
News 4's Randy Escamilla sat down with Father Ted Pfeifer and his miraculous mission to Mexico as he dealt with both God and guns.
81-year-old Father Ted Pfiefer looks about as harmless as they come. But to the Mexican drug cartel, this mild-mannered priest became public enemy number 1.
6 men came in a pickup. They all had, they used the AK-47 automatic weapon.
Father Ted went to southern Mexico in the late 1960s to minister to Indian groups in remote mountain villages. Not only was he their priest, but he was their doctor and also a mechanic. He delivered and baptized babies. But as the U.S. demand for illicit drugs increased, sinister strangers began moving in and slaughtering his parishioners to gain power and control.
I kept a list when I had about 150 that were murdered. And many of these were innocent people, many of these were children, many of these were women. Many of these were people that I had baptized. I had been at that area a very long time.
Father Ted vividly remembers a massacre of children home alone when cartel gunmen came looking for their father. When the armed gang didn't find him, they turned and emptied their assault weapons on the children.
The children were there. They opened fire on them. They killed them all. They slaughtered them. And everyone around there heard it, saw it. Heard the screams.
As the violence escalated, Father Ted began speaking out against the powerful drug cartel, encouraging the extremely poor peasants to resist the cartel's money and lies.
Of course I was afraid. I'm a human being.
And the more he spoke out, the crazier the drug lords became. First trying to assassinate him during a surprise attack at a family home. Then, when the priest survived, the cartel ambushed him again while driving his truck on a mountain road.
There were 7 or 8. It sounded like automatic or semi-automatic weapon. Blew holes above my head in the cab.
Miraculously, Father Ted survived both attacks with minor injuries. The demand for drugs coming in from Mexico remains extremely high. Because of that, Mexican drug cartels are taking in an estimated $30 billion a year from drug sales. And Father Ted says his friends and people in Mexico will likely continue to die in drug-related violence. Today, Father Ted is now in the Oblate's retirement home in San Antonio and recovering from a stroke. And he says as long as he's alive, he'll continue to speak out against the drug cartels and his experience with God and guns. On the north side, I'm Randy Escamilla, News 4 San Antonio.